3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He is trained by Ruben Sanchez from the Cuban Boxing Club with an official weight of 71.2 kilograms tonight. He makes his pro boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joshua Izatt. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He is trained by from Country Muay Thai with an official weight of 71.5 kilograms tonight. He makes his boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Celtic Warrior, Lethal Liam OConnor!
Thank you, CJ, and our referee in charge of this one is the Dean Woodhams. It's the Big Jam himself. But final instructions there by Dean, but you notice that CJ announced him as the Celtic Warrior Lethal. So again, they told you he had two nicknames, and again, we made up one for Ryan all day, and we're hoping that sticks, and we'll always remember where that came from if it does stick. Yep. So we've got to put in the effort if it doesn't have the nickname. So again, Joshua Izatt in the red corner, again, looks in great shape, but again, Lethal Liam OConnor, I'm going to stick to Lethal. But yeah, they both come in good shape. But again, I'm really curious to see how OConnor does in the boxing ranks.
Yeah, we can see straight away that the sort of Muay Thai way is to come forward, isn't it, Brett? It's just really walk forward and
clinch.
Yeah,
clinch game of Muay Thai.
And he looks really relaxed at the start. He looks like he's comfortable just to sit on the back foot and use some boxing skills. So it might work out to be one of the come forward, sit backwards fights at the moment.
Again, we know boxing is a tough sport, but so's Muay Thai. You know, take a lot of leg damage in that sport. So crazy.
I remember talking to some Muay Thai fighters, and they say, I'd win in Muay Thai, couldn't walk for 2 weeks. Yeah. I'd lose in boxing, I was fine.
Yeah, and fight the next week and in the gym.
Yeah.
So again, Lethal Liam OConnor, and it's got the blue, the red gloves with Izatt. Nice jab there by OConnor.
He's got a nice leading right hand there. Yep, big shout out to Everlast, the great gloves.
Exactly, great sponsors and supporters of Thunderdome, Dragonfire Boxing. This is Thunderdome 38. That was a nice punch there by Izatt. He left, got through.
Yeah, he rattled him a little bit.
And again, OConnor's been hit a lot in the sport of Muay Thai, so that won't phase him too much. Right in front of our commentary position now. And kind of trying to close that distance. Nice by OConnor. Both guys look very relaxed, and
yeah, you'd expect it from OConnor, obviously with the experience of how many Muay Thai fights, being active, being in the gym, and just all the work that he's put in. But obviously, you expect this from Ruben's fighters. The pro fighters that he takes, there's a nice jab just to the body, just straight into the chest, and that's the experience that Ruben teaches. You know, the fundamentals of boxing, and that's what wins fights.
So far in the first round, again, we're scheduled for 3 minutes, 4 by 3 minute rounds in this one. So we're into the final minute of our opening round, and it has been mostly OConnor pushing forward.
This is going to be one of those rounds, Brett, that you do have to struggle with the judges. Do they score or count the scoring punches, or are they going to try to use the ring control, which is obviously going to favour OConnor? Because at the moment you can see Izatt seems pretty relaxed. He's missing a lot of the punches. He's not getting caught. So he's quite comfortable with his ring positioning. See that? He's running away. He's quite comfortable at all.
Yeah, not rushing things and barking, instructions. And again, Brian Kinwell. Again, in Muay Thai, you need to be very patient as well. But again, with Izatt then, it was nice composure. And it's interesting, again, even his trainer, as we come to the closing of round one, Brian Kingwell, again, very experienced in the Muay Thai game, is in the corner for a boxing match. So, again, it's the trainer and fighter in this one.
Yeah, it's obviously a big difference. They are completely different sports. And as you said, there's a lot of toughness obviously there for the Muay Thai, but the boxing skill comes into it. You can see Ruben in the corner there, just nice and calm compared to how he was in the exhibition fights. A little bit more, let's say, worked up for Ruben. But he seems nice and calm, nice and relaxed. And so's Liam O'Connor in the corner. Coach just getting his mouth guard, rinsing it out.
Seconds out.
Here we go for the start of the second round. And once again, it's O'Connor coming forward. And Izatt looks like he's happy to just be the boxer and sit on the back foot.
Close by both fighters here. Nice jab there by Izatt.
It's good to see both guys obviously taking this seriously. They've come here in good shape. Not that we expect anything less, but
Again, I think they both come in great shape. And again, I knew more about Liam O'Connor because I've seen him several times in the Muay Thai game. Not too much about Izatt, but again, his hair's coming in great shape. And again, when you're in the Cuban Boxing Club gym, as you know, Paul Morrison, you know what to expect.
he's just taken a peach of a right hand, has O'Connor, and you can see the right side of his body from those left rips is really starting to mark up. He's got a nice red bolt there from the left rips from Izatt. It's just whether how much more he can take, and that's where his experience in Muay Thai is clearly coming into it, because he can take some punches, can't he?
Certainly can. Again, it's a durable. You have to be durable to do that sport for as long as he has.
Absolutely. And to stay as active as he has.
I like the power of Izatt as well. I think that he's got good strength behind him. And to say that, the uppercut comes up beautifully. So that was probably the punch of the fight so far.
Yeah, and he's been looking for it.
Then another one, he's looked for it again. A bit closer to our commentary position, but as lethal Liam O'Connor goes to the body of Izatt, trying to get through, but Izatt sort of ties O'Connor up nicely. Body shot of his own. Receipt.
As they say.
He looks movement, but hands are down. You don't want to do that too much because you're going to get caught.
Yeah. I think he's pretty comfortable. Yeah, at the moment, I think he's pretty comfortable because I think you're right, Brett. The power is certainly coming from Izatt. O'Connor's, he's a accumulation puncher. You know, you can see at the moment his legs just aren't underneath him, so he hasn't got the power behind it.
We sort of see is that nice left there by Izatt. Again, I do like the left that Izatt is displaying tonight. So O'Connor throws another uppercut, but again, he has done some good work to the body himself. So very tight affair.
Yeah. And this is where the difference in the sports come in, Brett. As you said, you can see that O'Connor likes to come in nice and close for the clinch, but with boxing, he's smothering his own work there. So he can't really hurt Izatt with any of his punches because he's smothering his own work. If he was in the Muay Thai right there, he'd be elbowing
knees and yeah.
He'd be
Exactly
able to use the
Leg
elbows
kicks.
and the knees, and that would be doing a lot of damage. But he's not able to do that here.
It's the same environment with the ropes in the ring. Nice. I think it's nice work by both fighters. That is the end of round 2, and very exciting stuff indeed. Both guys look very fresh.
Yeah. Saying before, you can see that in this fight, Ruben's a lot calmer in the corner than what he was for the exhibition fights. And I think he's a lot calmer because I think he thinks he's got a bit of a special one here on his pro debut. I think Ruben might think that Joshua Izatt might be
Nice, good prospect.
Yeah, might be
We were
going
speaking to him
places.
before in the fighter meetings. He believed that Izatt was a very good prospect. I was keen to say, this is why I was keen to see this fight. It was a matchup of styles with a bit of different history in the combat sports game. The bigger shout out to the Sandy Chung. She opened up a new company, Sandy Chung, called 4Play Dance. So all the best to Sandy Chung. Long servant of Dragonfire Boxing and Thunderdome, been here for a number of cards now. So great to see you again tonight.
And there's the great 6IX up on the board there, Brett.
There he is. So we enter round 3 of an exciting fight and very close fight to score as well. As I said, it's what judges like as an overhand right comes over from Izatt. We have been talking about his left, but the right did the damage then. Yeah. But again, there's the punches that are coming through from O'Connor.
You can see the reason that the punches from Izatt just have a little bit more sting in them is because he's giving himself that distance to be able to throw the punch. Whereas when obviously Liam O'Connor's getting in with the punch, you can see here he's just really smothering his work, Brett.
Yeah. He wants to make it ugly, and again, that's probably his Muay Thai background. And that
He's
was a
hitting
nice
with
punch
it,
there
yep.
by O'Connor.
That's
And
his
again,
best
he's
punch.
very fit. Nice left there by O'Connor. Nice work here by O'Connor in this little flurry. He's looking for an opening to get back into this particular moment. Only a minute in. Oh, what was happening there? Elbow. Oh, there's the elbow, the Muay Thai elbow.
I think that was the first opportunity for the ref to get himself involved. There was no need to break that. I don't think he threw the elbow with anything.
Probably just more of a warning. Dean Woodhams.
Yep.
But yeah, same sort of work over into his own corner now where Brian Kinwell was barking instructions. Gives himself a bit of distance but gets him close as Izatt throws a nice jab in return.
Yeah, see, he's happy to stay in the corner there. He's actually calling him on. He's happy to stay there.
Yep. Look, nice movement there by Izatt. He goes to the body there, O'Connor, but yeah, I like that movement there. It's like bring it on.
Yep.
Covering up, but again, it's like he's taking the round off though. It's a dangerous thing to do in a 4-round fight.
Absolutely, especially when you've got judges that may very well just score the fighter that's coming forward.
The first 2 minutes for mine has been all O'Connor this round.
Yeah, he's allowing him to come forward.
Well, he's giving him a bit of time, so he's going to fix up the glove. Kind of seemed pretty relaxed, but again, it's been nice work in the first couple of minutes of this third round. See what Izatt can do in the final minute of this. Nice body shot there.
Yeah, and that's what I'd like to see Izatt go back to, because he was having good success when he's giving himself that distance, but now he's getting into Liam O'Connor's fight. He's staying in there.
He's made it his own, yeah.
Yeah, he's allowing Liam to come forward and to smother the work, which doesn't allow him to score with those punches. So
I was impressed with the movement where he avoided those punches, but the problem is he didn't throw anything back. That's
Correct.
what the problem was. And you've got to score.
Absolutely.
It makes it interesting because, again, it's under 10 seconds left in the third round. We believe that this is a O'Connor round, so depending on how they score the first two, that's why I don't like 4-round fights sometimes. I'd rather have 5, so you got that decider.
I think if they had odd numbers in boxing, Brett, the judges would still find a way.
We've seen it before.
They'd find a way.
Talk about our main event. It's a rematch, obviously, after a draw, which was the fight of the year last year. Looking forward to that main event between Joe the Real McCoy taking on Fano Corey.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that one.
And I think coming into that, yeah, I'm happy to score that as the first round for Liam O'Connor. I just think, as you said, Brett, maybe Izatt took the round off. He's comfortable that he's missing the punches, but missing the punches and not scoring yourself isn't doing yourself any favours. And that's when the judges have every right to say, well, you might be missing a lot of the punches, but you're not really doing any work, so we'll favour the person who's got a little bit more ring control in coming forward. I'd still like to see Liam O'Connor come forward, but keep his distance so he doesn't smother his own work. His problem for my mind, Brett, is that when he does that, Joshua Izatt is landing the scoring punches. When he's got distance and he can keep himself at range, he's doing really well.
And we saw that in the first 2 rounds, not so much in the third. So again, the dangerous game you play heading into the 4th and final round could be anyone's fight because you don't know how the judges score the first 2 rounds, even though what we believe what we saw. This is the 4th and final round. Great fight.
Yeah, you can see, and both guys have started every round with one jab. You'd like to see them start with a couple of jabs, find that distance and work out where your opponent is. There's a good saying in boxing, you can't hurt your opponent if you can't touch him. And the way you got to touch him is find him with that jab.
This is Liam O'Connor's fight. So again, Izatt, I believe, needs to find that distance and go back to what he was doing well in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, because like you said, he's got great movement. And he's got some good sting in his punches. But
speaking of sting, that was a nice punch there by Izatt. So nicely timed there, Mr. Morrison.
And this would be where, I mean, this is exactly that. This is Liam's bread and butter. This is the Muay Thai. Wear him down. Just put your weight on them. You know, get into that clinch, like you said.
He almost took him down, man. I'm waiting for the in the corner.
Yeah. Well, he just got another warning again for putting his forearm into the...
I hope nothing silly happens in the 4th and final round. It's been a good fight. We don't need any controversy. No. There is none.
So it's interesting that both corners at that round and even now, both coaches seem very calm and quite relaxed. So potentially, Brett, both coaches think their fight is winning the fight. because if one thought their fighter was down, he might be a little bit more.
I'll tend to find it interesting, and again, it's very possible that O'Connor is winning this round as well. But again, Izatt is made a little bit closer because he has landed some good shots in this round, so more so than the third.
Yeah, he's certainly been, as I said, he's landed the much better punches, so to speak, I think, throughout the night.
Yeah, quality.
But it's just obviously whether the judges say that that's enough as opposed to...
Yeah, they might like the forward pressure and the flurry of punches that O'Connor's thrown throughout the first 3.5 rounds. So we're entering the final minute in this one, so this is going to be a good final minute, I believe. Nice uppercut there by Izatt. And again, I think that O'Connor's still trying to work that body and trying to close that distance. He's pushing his opponent towards the ropes.
Yeah, well, this is where his experience comes in, Brett, and this is where his activeness and the fact that, because you can see Izatt is starting to tire just a little bit. His punches don't have as much sting as they had before. His legs aren't underneath him as much as what they were in the first couple of rounds.
Final 30 seconds has beat CJ to it only just. But crowd, that was a signal to the crowd because this one jumped up. O'Connor, he's worked hard. He has worked hard during the 4 rounds. But again, I think the quality of Izatt in the first 2 rounds that you pointed out, Paul. But it's going to be very interesting 4th rounder score. So could make it very interesting, and you never know. Yes. Again,
and both fighters clearly think that they've won. For mine, it's going to be an Izatt victory or a draw. Yeah. I don't see that O'Connor could have won either of the first 2 rounds for my mind.
I'm leaning probably towards 3-1, 3-1 for Izatt, or a draw with O'Connor taking the final 2. But again, I don't know, up in the ring. I'm intrigued by this result, as I was intrigued to see how Lethal O'Connor, the Celtic Warrior, how many nicknames does he want? We don't have to make up. We're not going to make up any more for him because he's got enough. Yeah. But I think he put in a good performance.
Great fight.
You can tell his Muay Thai background, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So I'll see you back here soon, Paul.
There we go.
I feel resentment from early direction. Even some homies be learning expressions. I be discouraged from sharing my blessings. We used to share a connection. Now it just feels like it's random stretching. I'm getting richer than taking advice from people that need to scared reflections. Someone knows a lesson. Y'all in the bubble is very depressing. I'm at the club with the basketball team. Me and the Cardinals are sharing the section. Gotta cherish the present. I'm drinking water and water protection. Got a career and I'm very invested. Some people call it just getting obsession. I like to call it passion. I can be sitting relaxing. Did you be getting some traction? I'm in the dirty was packing. I'm digging her accent. I got a big son in the back underneath the shit.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, bout 3 of the evening. We had 4 rounds in the middleweight division. Now we turn to the judges for their decision. Judge number 1 scored the bout 40-36. Judge number 2 scored the bout 38-39. Judge number 3 scored the bout 39-37. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by majority, the red corner.
I'm with your winner, Joshua Izatt. First of all, congratulations on your victory tonight. When you went into the judges' scorecards, because both corners were very confident that you'd won the fight, how confident were you that you'd done enough to get the decision in this one?
To be fair, I just play it round by round, you know.
Yeah, again, I thought that you had very good movements, again, through experience. How did you find it in here tonight, your first experience here at Thunderdome?
It's my first time fighting in Australia, one with my ass. 2 of my friends here, who's getting me the first drink because I'm seriously dehydrated.
over there. Thank you. I'll be right over.
No worries, ladies and gentlemen, Izatt and Please congratulate your winner,